Hi Pisces, welcome back. So Pisces, this is going to be your mid-April reading, and it is a you versus them. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you might be dealing with. It could be an intimate or a platonic person in your life, and also it can be interchangeable because it's a general reading. So let's go ahead and get started. The shared connection energy is that of Pluto, which is all about change and transformations, renewal. It can be a very extreme energy, okay? But it talks about cycles and death and rebirth. So there might be a lot of things changing within this connection during this time frame. It could be encouraging you to stand in your personal power, okay? And as I say that, your overall supporting energy is freedom, which is the Four of Wands in this deck. So this is asserting your independence. This is asserting your freedom, but not in a hasty way, in a very stable way that is encouraging spiritual growth. Like I said earlier, person you're dealing with, their supporting energy is the Three of Wands. So this person's a step behind you, okay? One step behind you is what came to mind. They're more in the preparatory phase, still holding on to old ideals, still possibly going back and forth. They're not as certain in their energy as I feel you are, Pisces, but either way, both within the connection are going through massive changes as it pertains to personal power. So let's see where this is headed. Pisces, recent past energy on your side. What's the recent past energy? Nine of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Moon, and the Magician. So Pisces, the past energy, again, the Nine of Pentacles talks about independence. Now, in this deck, it has a little bit different meaning, but overall, the Nine of Pentacles is like standing on your own 2 feet, not being reliant on other people to make decisions for you, and really embracing that. So I definitely feel that that's the energy that was being encouraged in the recent past, and a lot of you stepped into your power here and kind of took control over the situation, the connection, your home, your life, really, and went into kind of manifestation mode, all right? I think that there's also a sense of wanting more warmth in your life or within this dynamic, okay? So I don't know if that's coming from your side or their side, but that message is definitely here. So this person's, recent past energy. What's their recent past energy? So they have the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords. This person's, in the recent past, they were kind of getting in their own way with like self-restricting thoughts, self-limiting beliefs. Not really sure what the truth is, what isn't the truth. Kind of stuck in, I don't know, their own mental prison, so to speak. And I do see them moving out of that energy, but it's a much slower movement than I saw on your side. I think this person is a bit slower to change than you. You definitely might be dealing with a fixed sign. But what they're really looking for is their own spiritual and personal development, again, over here, and needing to get in tune with that. And I do think that is something that they have been making progress towards here in the recent past, okay? So how do you perceive this person? Pisces, Five of Cups. Where's your perception? Now keep in mind, perception is perception, right? Doesn't mean it's necessarily reality. But Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. So your perception of this person is that they're somewhat emotionally distant, but then at the same time, there's a cooperative energy here. It's like this person at times, wants you to let your guard down so that you could be a little bit more vulnerable with them, or you want them to be more vulnerable with you, because you feel that you can build with this person. But then at the same time, there's an uncertainty here, emotionally speaking, on your part, Pisces. I feel for most of you, but it can be on this person's part that makes you question things. Either way, it's kind of being mirrored back to you. So there's kind of like an emotional aloofness here, where like they're there, but they're not there, or there's a detachment there, even though you want this, your perception is that the walls need to kind of come down here. And I think it's John Mellencamp playing in my head. And the walls come tumbling down. And the walls come tumbling. That's an old song. I don't even know the name of it. It was John Mellencamp, though. So their perception of you, Pisces. Ooh, this is dark. 8 of Cups, 7 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Their perception of you is that, you know, yeah, you walk away, you know, act like things don't bother you, but their perception is that it does bother you. They feel like you put on a facade when you act like things don't bother you that bother you. If that makes sense. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. This is how they perceive you, though. So this person, they don't believe you when you walk away. They don't believe you when you say it doesn't bother you. They feel like you hide your true thoughts and emotions, you know, or you downplay them. Yeah, or like you try to cover up your shadow side. Well, that got interesting, didn't it? All right. So how do you genuinely feel towards this connection, Pisces? How do you genuinely feel? Judgment, 2 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. So, Pisces, you genuinely don't know what the right decision is here, at least not at this time. It's like you genuinely feel a sense of comfort within the connection. And I picked that up in the past energy, that you wanted more warmth. But at the same time, you're genuinely uncertain about like this person's decisions, or why they do certain things, or if you want to be bound to this situation for some of you. Yeah. Like, I think that for you, there has to be some sort of change here. Like you feel that you need change in your life, or this person does. So how do they genuinely feel about you, Pisces? Four of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. Oh gosh, I got a Journey song in my head. And I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. So this person genuinely feels that you're stubborn. They want to hold on to the connection. You know, they want stability. Some of you, they want family, or to come together with you and move things forward. I think they genuinely want that. But I also think there's an element of stubbornness here. And even if they perceive it as you, I actually think it is them, because they're the ones showing up with all of the fixed energy here. So it's funny that they are taking how they're being and placing that label on you as if it's you that is unchangeable, unmovable. When in actuality, just looking at the energies here, I would say it's on this person's side more than yours. So, what are the blocks here? Your blocks are the Eight of Swords. Okay. So there's a lot of getting in your own way, restricting yourself by self-limiting beliefs, negative self-talk, thinking, you don't deserve what you truly deserve, the things that our mind goes to when we are in our shadow self. That is what's blocking the connection here, okay? It's not restrictions that are necessarily being placed on you by like an external force. There are restrictions that are placed based on your internal dialogue and your internal self, okay? And there's reasons why we do that as human beings that are good. So don't get me wrong, that's not all bad. And then there's reasons that we do it that aren't for our highest well-being. This person's block is the Nine of Pentacles, the inability to... They either are like kind of a codependent personality, or they do not like your independence. There's something about independence being a factor here, or their independence impedes this, Next steps. Most likely next steps. Now, this is the future energy, Pisces, so this can be changed based on free will. Keep that in mind. So there is an emotional new beginning here, but it's not to be trusted, or you don't trust it, or you're just very skeptical here, emotionally speaking, on whether or not you should take the next steps or take a leap of faith here, okay? To me, the Fool is also a new beginning, right? And so with Pluto here, I think during these next few weeks, it's going to remove any suspicion or bring to light anything that there was suspicion about, because it's all about a clearing energy. And then there's the Fool, which is a new beginning here come May. So there's new energy ushering in. And it's really speaking about being more emotionally controlled and emotionally mature within not just this connection, but within life in general, and how you deal with love. But I do still see a very analytical vibe here, Pisces, kind of untrusting, type of energy here. So what is this person's future? Most likely future outcome. Next steps. Queen of Swords. The Moon. And the Lovers. This is really similar to Capricorn's reading. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn. But not all of you. I just happened to notice they had the same outcome. So, Pisces, yes, this person is really thinking about emotionally, well, they're thinking about a lot of things. They're thinking about emotionally what their true feelings are in regards to this connection, but also decisions that they've made in love, in the past energy. Okay, so it's a heavy contemplation energy here. Some of these people feel a bit emotionally detached from the connection, but at the same time, even if they're emotionally detaching from you, Pisces, you're still in their mind, you're still in their thoughts, they're still thinking about this connection with you. Okay, so you may get a little bit curious as to what's going on within this person's mind, because, like I said, they may not always show that to you, and you may do a little bit of snooping for some of you. Because the Page of Swords can talk about like a snooping energy or investigatory energy, stalking energy. Or that could be this person over here, but because I saw that this person also felt like you were covering up or not really showing what you truly felt. So it certainly could be vice versa. But I think this person is absolutely thinking about the connection and the decisions that were made in here, and kind of mulling it over, because they're one step behind you, Pisces, as far as in their movement forward. So they are kind of preparing for the next big cycle coming through in their life. And you are actually going through that cycle during this time frame. So interesting reading. Expect some changes. Expect maybe some unexpected during this time frame. Don't forget that it's all encouraging you to step into your personal power and claim it, because it's yours. This, you could be dealing with, I'll name off the zodiac signs I see, but keep in mind it's a general reading, so it doesn't have to be any of the zodiac signs. But what I have highlighted here is Scorpio energy, Gemini energy, Pisces energy, Taurus energy, Capricorn, Leo, Aries, yeah. Those are the predominant zodiac signs I see, but it can be any zodiac sign, guys, because it is a general reading. Either way, if you enjoyed it, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe. You can check out my social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all linked in my description box below. Also, in addition for being able to subscribe for free, and please do if you haven't yet, you can now become a private member for a small monthly fee and get additional videos you can't get anywhere else. Otherwise, check out my merchandise. Luckily, most people click off at this point, but check out my merchandise linked below, and check it out if you have a moment. Wishing you the best, Pisces. Till next time, my friends. Namaste. Bye.